Hello, everybody, and welcome to Nightsky Sanctum, episode 9. It's been a journey. It's been a really, really interesting journey. Let's introduce you all to our illustrious cast. We'll start with Morningstar and their character.
Well, I am Morningstar, and I am playing as Elise, she, her pronouns. And she is our wicked little Median psyche who likes to use whatever she can to make sure that she doesn't have to get her own hands dirty.
And Seth. Lilith.
My screen name is Lilith, and I play Zeph, the Nerid shapeshifter who kind of functions as the de facto leader of the group. They think they're a master of stealth, but that's self-proclaimed. They're kind of a bumbling idiot.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Josh.
Oh, no, I'm not important.
Yes, you are.
Our wonderful guest star. Introduce yourself.
Yes, my name's Josh. I am just going to play a character named Jason who will be introduced later on in the series.
And Anya.
My name is Anya. I am playing Hollis. She is a Gob Baba, and she's a very curious, underworld-oriented creature.
Yeah. And we left off with the crew, the Coven, out to sea on a cruise liner that they had successfully stolen. Yeah,
Commandeered.
definitely. Yeah. Commandeered from Corpus Templi Solaris, a human anti-magic cult. But in the process of purloining that cruise ship, they also got 13 children that they now have to deal with how they're going to take care of them. Say it again.
My little angel.
Mm-hmm. And they also have this gorgeous, albeit a little old, ship, and a million
It's a
things
classic.
they could do with it.
And that's just the vibe.
So, we are going to skip downtime for now, and because I think we're going to need to figure out what the group wants to do with this ship, and if they want to go get some information from the Vile Legion.
Seems like the sensible option, unless we do want to fall back on Seth's friend at the dockyard. I imagine that'll be a bit more difficult though, and we don't exactly have the legal right to this vessel.
That's very true.
I mean, a fey fruit might be enough persuasion.
True.
The cruise liner, yeah, it's hard to say. I think it would be desperate, even with Fey fruit on the line.
I mean, the pirates aren't going to question our motives or our title.
Or the legality.
And you also have reputation. And your reputation matches their reputation to a degree. They are seen as brutal, as you are.
But they might like us.
Yes.
So maybe we go make some pirate friends.
Do we want to do this as an...
What kid doesn't want to be a pirate?
And they've already lived a life on the sea, so they have a little bit of knowledge. Do we want to do this as an undertaking or gather information?
Hmm.
I'm gonna hold on to all these downtime actions that keep slipping past us because you're not really getting back to your coven stead. So we'll make sure you get all the downtime actions once you get back.
Miracle, I have any willpower left.
I know.
Well, and Seth is, I think, about as badly wounded as they ever have been.
Oh,
Yes. Well, I've got the concussion.
I think one of your best resources right now might be the captain that you still have access to, that you have been successfully commanding for the last 2 undertakings.
I wouldn't say
Elise.
so anymore in their current state.
That's right. They took a wallop from mental takeover.
Very unfortunate.
Well, you do have their lover, the other school teacher, the redhead that Seth choked to unconsciousness as an octopus.
guilty.
It's
I should
fine.
have took her to the pirates.
You could also send a flying familiar out to gather information potentially.
We do have one
Yeah,
there.
Ron could go. Little owl baby.
Oh,
What's the
Yeah, I'll
what
send
would be the goal
Ron to
there?
go fly over the pirates and see what we can see.
Okay. I think that's a pretty wide area that you'll need to search. What do you want to
Yeah,
use
so I'll
for
call
that?
that a survey.
Okay.
Let's see, do I have any dots in survey? I do.
Oh. You can also push yourself, increased effect or an extra die, and Fey bargains are also a thing.
Yeah. I think I'll do the willpower for right now.
Okay.
And I'll do...
For an extra die or
Yeah.
increased effect? Okay.
Let's do increased effect.
If I were to put Little Whisper on Aran's back, could I give a willpower to increase the die?
You would have a lot of extra sets of eyes out there. Are you down with that?
Yeah,
Okay.
the more the merrier.
Field trip.
That could either be an assist or it could be a group action. You can choose.
The assist sounds good. Get an
I
extra
would
die.
say likely an assist because I have 0 points, so likely wouldn't be very helpful as a group action. But as a hanger on, literally, might be helpful.
Okay.
And we're rolling in Tuesday stream?
Yes.
Okay. A complete success. I got
all
a
right.
6.
Fantastic. Okay.
Starting the
So
night off good.
Iran flies out and starts making circles away from the cruise liner, radiating outward, and until you come upon some activity out in the middle of the ocean. And what you find out there is a 36 or so boats of various sizes, all connected by ladders and bridges, mostly made of wood, so that they kind of act as a big floating city where you
Nice.
cross from one boat to the next boat, and boats can disembark by drawing in their wooden bridges. And so, yeah, you see that, and it is at the center is an extremely tall pirate vessel flying the Vile Legion's flag.
We found them.
One would assume, certainly.
You
Does
can
sound
also
very
ask
pirate.
You can ask some additional questions since you got a complete success.
I assume there's people.
Yeah,
walking
there
around
are.
boats.
There are people moving around between the boats, cleaning the decks, doing commerce.
Does
Yeah.
any boat look like it's like the lead boat?
Yeah, the one with the Vile Legion flag appears to be the center of attention.
Okay, so maybe we take our boat in that direction and try to make friends with the most important people. If we do it as an undertaking, we can do it as a social undertaking, trying to make a connection. Is the detail.
Have to make a good first impression.
It would also be nice to engage with them without killing them. Or
Yeah.
harming and enslaving
I mean, we have this whole boat full of wares. They might want to partake in some of the spoils.
Yeah, there should be a lot of magical items on this boat that they were hoarding.
Well, you haven't come across
Maybe.
anything like that.
Just
Yeah.
a lot of really bad canned food.
And I, well, before we move ahead, take some time to look around the boat, see if I can find a bottle of champagne.
Yeah, I would say with you have enough access to the remaining crew that they can point you in the right direction. All right, is this an undertaking?
I think so.
Social, make a contact.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what's the detail?
Contact.
Ah, so you don't have a contact.
Yeah, no, we don't have a contact in the Vile Legion right now. And the detail for the social method is connection. Sorry. Yeah.
Well, I think we can treat brutality as your connection. If that
It pays to be brutal.
It does today.
Okay. Let me work up the engagement roll. And everybody's down for a social undertaking.
Sounds better than going in and killing them all. I don't know how that's going to go.
I don't know if we could kill the whole city full of pirates.
All right.
A bit more difficult to kill them those days.
All right, we're looking at a 2-die fortune roll. Standard effect, a 6. Fantastic. Let me figure that out. Okay. When you arrive, there is an obvious place that the boats they start disembarking from the larger boat city, and they begin funneling your cruise liner into a very specific channel to head in towards the center of the city. So they appear to be bringing you in. Do you want to have any interaction with them from the deck of the boat or via make an attempt via radio or anything like that?
I shall blow kisses at them.
Can you roll the Coven's tier as a fortune roll?
Hmm?
As you were blowing kisses at them. Let's see if they know anything or recognize anything about you.
Alright. They do not. Good failure.
Okay.
Or maybe that does mean they do. I don't know.
I'll wave a white flag. White flag. We're not here to fight.
That might hinder your brutal nature, though.
You mustn't submit, darling.
Okay.
We can try the radio.
Yeah, who wants to make an attempt on the radio? Or send one of the mortals to do it?
I would say one of the mortals, just because they would know how to use the radio and could probably work it without it exploding.
That would be ideal.
Give it to the children. They're all wanting to take turns.
The tiny hands, they can go into the places, or...
Elise, do you want to be in control of that?
That we will kill the children if she doesn't. I'm sure she'll be fine. Then again, even if she panics and tells them that we have her hostage, I doubt the pirates are going to mind.
Yeah, they wouldn't be
terribly.
upset about that.
All right. So what's your intention?
Parlay.
Yes, we invoked the rule of parley.
Okay. Do you want to do that as a command?
Yes, I shall command the teacher to tell them that we invoke the rule of parley and wish to speak to them. Just one moment.
I'm going to give you increased effect on that.
Alright. It's a partial success.
Okay. They respond by telling you to send one representative to Parlay. That's the cost. You can resist that if you'd like.
Shall we resist it or shall we go alone?
Well, Seth is pretty banged up, so Seth doesn't want to go alone at this point. And Seth doesn't like to talk unless they have to.
Oh yeah, we forgot to mention that that Madeline is holed up in the captain's cabin, recovering from their trauma and wounds from the previous undertaking.
And their squishy, flippy, flappy stingray arms.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite the dire situation that they ended up in then.
I could
So
go. I mean, I beat up that troll guy in the underground, so
Yeah.
I'm scary.
And you beat that double body wrestler at the market.
Yeah.
Hollis is scrappy.
That could work. Certainly. As long as it's nice.
So does that mean that you are resisting the effect to try to get them to allow all of you to come aboard, or?
I thought we were just sending a representative.
Yeah.
So
if
who is
Hollis
that
is going to go, can we put Ribert with Hollis?
Certainly. Okay. Well, they accept your champion, and
Champion of the people!
all right. So Hollis disembarks from the ship, and you head onto a wooden ladder that they've set up against the side of your ship for you to climb down into their ship city. And you notice a someone who he's the person who has gotten closest to your ship to this point. Josh, do you want to describe your character?
What? It's me? He's fairly tall, 6 feet, which does not actually matter that much compared to the other races, but decently tall. He's kind of got like black hair that's very scruffy from being on sea for a long time. Relatively fairly normal clothes that you would probably find in modern day, just what they could get from other ships that they have gotten. And at this point, he's probably just like reading something. I don't know. He's not really. He's there to attend, not exactly assess a situation.
Does he have any animals with him?
Oh, he has his dog always. His dog TJ, which is next to him. It's a sort of moderately sized dog, black fur, that type of stuff. He's based off of my dog that I had when I was 3 that I can't actually remember what breed he was, which sucks, but yeah.
All right. Well,
Sounds
you
adorable.
cannot.
He was.
You can't believe your luck that this is the coven that you remember seeing not too terribly long ago before you hit the sea.
Right.
And yeah.
Hey, like,
So,
and so my orders from the Vile Raiders are just to bring them to a certain location?
no, they've let you pretty much do as you wish. So you're always excited whenever any new boats show up.
True.
But yeah, this is a specific coven that you have seen when you lived on Manhattan.
Right. I sort of give like a, sort of cool nod that you do, and you're like, I'm interested, but I'm also like, I don't want to show off that I'm interested. He's just like, welcome aboard the ship of the ship city of the Vile Raiders. How can we help you today?
Yeah,
We have a
your
boat.
dog. Your dog keeps whispering to you that, yeah, just how crazy this coincidence is.
Right. Trying to pretend that he doesn't hear the dog because that'd be crazy. Who's ever heard of a witch with a talking dog? That's insane. I wouldn't believe it.
I talk to all the animals all the time, so.
They talk back. That's the thing.
Only if they're dead, in her case.
Only.
Yeah. Well,
Right,
Hollis explains the situation that we have just recently come into the possession of a boat that happens to have some passengers on it that are minors. So we kind of we're at a loss as kind of what to do with them right now, and we have a lot of cargo that we could trade with for assistance in this situation.
I mean, and he kind of nods and he goes like, "Yeah, children on the boat. It has not, fortunately for my records, hasn't been the last or the first time that this will probably happen. But what type of supplies are you generally looking? Talk to the boss. He's in one of the bigger, more fancier cabins. They are. It's all about what you can give rather than how much of it you have.
Yeah,
So
I really don't.
as you two are chatting, you hear the sound of the sea beneath you start to boil, and you see something green emerging from below the water.
Right?
Okay. I guess I'll
Do
watch
this-
that boil out of the water.
I'd rather not.
Do the two of you want to try to get back onto the boat, or it seems dangerous?
I don't want to be
Or
standing over it on a ladder or anything.
yeah, that's where you are now.
Yeah, let's
Or
get on the boat.
Yeah. I sort of like help the kids get down, help everyone on the boat. I guess I could roll for that if you need me to. Roll for help.
which direction do you want to go? You want to go up the boat, back up the
Uh,
ladder with her?
Yeah, I'll go back up the ladder. I don't see. Oh, what would that be for?
There's no need to roll for that. So the two of you go leave the area and start to head back up the ladder as you see a roughly 9-foot tall troll emerge from the
The
water.
water?
Mm-hmm.
I'll
Onto
just
the
take 'em.
bridge.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it.
And it shouts and sputters that it wants to parlay.
Everyone's coming to the dock to parlay today. All right, what you got?
It points at Hollis. You're the champion.
Yes.
Come down here and face me.
Oh my god. He wants to rumble.
Hashtag
Not
troll
the first
fight.
time.
Chat, place your bets on who's gonna win.
Yeah. How about you come up here and face me? I'm the champion.
You face me on the bridge. This is my bridge.
Your bridge.
He's a troll.
It is true. We have been
I'm not
having a
getting in the
troll
water.
infestation.
No, it's
Okay.
climbed up onto the bridge.
Okay. All right. We'll see how this goes.
Maybe you just have to
Do
play
the-
canasta with him or something.
Yeah.
Didn't tell you what battle it was, so that's fake.
Does he look at all
So-
injured?
You could study him if you'd like, but it asks if you're here to parlay.
With the Vilegion, not necessarily with you specifically.
Well, I'm the champion for the Vile-Legion.
That's
Of
true.
course you are.
We're champions.
When I was thinking about parlay, I thought everyone was going to talk it out.
It
That's what
normally
I
works
assumed,
that way.
Yeah.
Oh, the troll bows daintily to you and says, "Indeed, we will parlay."
So this is just for funsies.
It'll be the first troll you've beaten up for fun.
Yeah, I think I
So-
can do it.
Says, "Give me your demands, and I'll give you mine."
I would really have to confer with my group a little bit to give you a full list of demands.
We can do a flashback. If you were the one coming out to parlay, you would have gotten that information.
Yeah.
So if you guys all want to confer about,
We want them
and
to hide
the
our
rest
vote
of
for
you,
us, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it necessarily needs to be hidden. Just
Protect.
needs to be somewhere protected. Yes. After all, we
Maybe
can't.
they could give it a new paint job so it looks different enough.
File off the serial numbers.
And I would very much like to be taught how to, operate it properly. Since I didn't quite get the proper knowledge out of the captain, and I'm not certain she's going to be of much use to us in the future.
I don't remember. Were the controls for the boat electric?
I think we determined that they were.
But I can teach the children.
So maybe some sort of safekeeping for the children until we can figure out a long-term plan for them.
Yeah. We'll enlist them in pirate boarding school.
I feel like if you tell pirates to take care of children, it's not going to end well for anyone.
Is it
They
take
just
care of
learn
children
to
or
clean the poop deck.
Peter Pan syndrome.
Yes.
Somebody said he challenged you, so you pick the weapon. That's the rules, right?
I don't think Alice has any weapons.
I have several if you'd like one.
She has teeth. She's an ankle biter.
So Jason, you're now aboard the cruise liner. You can see any of them that are up there, and you recognize some of the coven that you've seen in the past.
Careful. Spoon's on a roll in chat, but yeah, I just like sort of wave hi, and I'm just like, hey, how have you guys been? What's the haps? Welcome to the area of the Vile Pirates. It's not much, but it's my temporary location. I'm a world traveled type of guy. Not very cool, but it's my foreseeable future. Pirates are busy, so I can't really hang out with them as
You're hanging around here. Doesn't seem like the most interesting place.
Oh, it is. It has its moments. I mean, that troll has not been. He's been itching to fight for like 5 days, and he's been challenging everyone else. That's about the best it's been for about 3 months. But, take the good with the bad.
Let's see. I suppose that's not that prolonged. My goodness.
Certainly not fun.
Okay.
How hard it is to get.
I have a plan. I'm gonna turn on Siphon Life, and anytime he hits me, he's gonna hurt himself.
Ooh. Fun.
If he can hit me.
First, the parlay, the exchanging of demands. So, do you want to put yours out there and then decide what you want to roll for that?
Sure. So our demands being taking care of the boat until we can deal with it, teaching us how to use the boat, and some sort of safe haven for the children.
At least temporarily.
Yeah,
I think we
temporary
should back with this
safe
dog.
haven. Yeah.
I shall raise them well.
So,
And maybe
take the children
some tents so they can set up on our island.
Yes.
Make them a tiny tent city.
So are you taking the children off the table?
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess it's best if we keep the children rather than putting them in the care of some random pirate.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so take care of the boat, teach us how to function the boat. Yeah.
Okay. And what do you have to give in return? Anything to sweeten the deal?
We've got a cargo hold full of
We
stuff
should
that might be
probably actually
useful.
investigate that.
There's
Yeah.
definitely food. We could say we have rations.
Mm-hmm.
We have Fey fruit, but if the vile legion of Fey, I'm not sure they're going to care.
Yeah.
Do you have a car?
Yeah, I'm gonna say. Mm-hmm. Well, without them having a chance to like check out the boat or anything, I would say that's probably going to be a 1 die fortune roll
Okay.
to see how the troll responds.
Complete success out of 6.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay.
He likes it.
Hollis is very
uh,
I'm just
Yeah,
imagining
so-
this Nick
I
just
look like a
cringe looking down
child, like a troll child, like a small troll. So
at you. Oh, that's what it is.
maybe he just looks at me like a sweet, tiny troll.
Remind me of my
Yeah.
daughter.
Maybe you figured out something about the troll at the same time that you were doing all this, which is that this troll is not a male troll. It's hard to
Okay.
tell because there's not a lot of sexual dimorphism. But yeah, and yeah, you're playing on its matronly instincts, and that works out for you. So,
I'll take.
all right. In that case, you only have to throw me from my bridge
Oh,
in
no.
order for us to seal this pact.
Like off the boat, or like.
Off the
You're just
bridge,
on
I
a
think.
little bridge that connects you to multiple boats.
Oh, okay, bridge. I kept thinking like the bridge of a ship, like Star Trek.
Oh,
So I'm like, how am I gonna throw you off the boat?
yeah. So
Okay.
basically,
Off
all
of
the
the
boats are
ladder bridge.
all the boats are connected by ladders and bridges that
Okay.
connect them all in various ways. Some go up into the, then they connect all the different boats. So this ladder that's laying on its side is this troll's bridge.
Okay.
So it
You don't pay
squares
no
off with you.
tolls, you don't get no rolls. Okay, I'm gonna go for her feet
Okay.
with a brawl.
I don't know if you can reach much hits.
Yeah, exactly. Knees, ankles.
Wrap yourself
What's that
around just
gonna-
one toe.
What's that gonna look like?
I'm definitely gonna spend some willpower, or take a Fey bargain. Oh yeah, let me see how much Fey bargain I have. I feel like I have a lot. Yeah, I'll take a Fey bargain.
That looked like
Okay.
pleading with the troll to go easy.
All right. There's the Fey bargains.
Oh, you put them in chat?
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't mind taking collateral damage, unintended harm.
Okay. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Getting that close to a troll's feet when you're that small is a recipe for disaster. So I think regardless of how successful you are going to get stomped.
Sure.
For at
Or at
least.
least athlete's foot on the entirety of your body.
Ew.
2/3
Imagine
of
like
your
a
body.
Looney Tunes cartoon.
So that's going to be level 1 harm troll stomp.
Okay, and then does that get me an extra die?
It does.
Okay. Let's see how many.
And this is going to be risky.
Okay. And I'm gonna do a brawl.
Okay.
Because I think that makes the most sense. Okay. I have a partial success.
Okay. So I think this looks like you have the troll off balance. You get stomped, but you get back out from underneath her feet, and
But I had put on my siphon life, so she gets stomped.
okay. So siphon life is an action, so you'll have to use it on her
Gotcha.
as
Okay.
an action. But yeah, so you can now transfer that wound to her
Okay.
um,
Yeah.
with whatever role there is associated with that.
It doesn't seem like there is a roll. I spend essence and I touch them.
Mm.
So if you want to make me roll
Okay,
like a
so
finesse to touch them,
probably finesse could work, yeah, or brawl, or let me double check. Yeah, it's a focus roll actually.
oh, it is.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
smashing your focus
Oh,
is
oh yeah.
it
Okay.
doesn't, and it doesn't cost any essence for level 1.
Okay. Perfect. I'll do a focus roll.
Okay.
I like that way better. Oh, it's a failure.
Okay, so I think this is going to be the troll is no longer playing around, so we're going to go from risky to desperate
Okay.
as one of the issues. You can't land a touch on her. She's a little too fleet of foot,
What?
and she backs away from you,
Yeah.
um, leaving you with the magical energy still radiating on your hands. And uh, actually, I think what might make more sense is you discharge it onto her, and the damage is so weak compared to her extreme toughness that it just doesn't phase her at all. So
Okay.
let's actually say that does remove the harm from you. It's
Okay.
just it's just completely useless for transferring it to her.
Okay.
And then she is going to one-handed smash down on you to soften you up before she throws you off the side. So it's going to be level 2 harm smash,
Can I
but you can
do
resist
like
that.
a, yeah, I want to resist that.
Okay. Or
Poor
resist the
Hollis.
being thrown off the side.
Yeah,
Or
I
both.
want to resist them not going off of the side. Is that what you said?
Yeah. So she's going to soften you up and then throw you off the side. So you can resist that. You can resist those two things separately, or you could just take the level 2 harm and then resist being thrown.
I guess I'll take the harm and resist being thrown.
Okay. And that would probably be prowess, although
Okay.
I could see insight as well.
They're both the same, so either way.
So what does that look
I
like?
think prowess makes more sense.
So you're gonna like physically tough it out?
Yeah. I'm gonna curl up into a ball, holding on to the rungs of the ladder.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
Derized gob.
Bartender, job tender. Ouch. So
Yeah.
it takes you a lot of willpower to do it, but you are able to grab a hold of the ladder and keep yourself from going into the water, and then you gain momentum and kick yourself back up onto the top.
Okay.
And the troll is quite surprised to see you back.
Okay.
So she stumbles backwards and is readying another. Except this time, both hands are up.
No.
Oh, smash.
And Elise and Seth are just standing on the edge of the boat with like the kids, like, "Go Wallace!"
Cheering them on.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna attempt another brawl, and while she is focused on hitting me, I'm gonna hit her in the legs again, as hard as I
Okay.
can.
Do you want a Fey bargain or anything of that
Sure.
nature?
Let's do a fate bargain, because I'm about out of willpower. And we just started.
Yeah. Let's see.
We desperately need that downtime.
Are you carrying anything?
Like, well, not really.
Like anything that might fall into the water?
Does Hollis have to worry about their illusion headpiece?
Yeah, that might be the the only thing.
You have a floating
Yeah,
spell.
Oh, yeah.
that would probably float, so you'd still have a chance of retrieving it.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Okay.
you like that?
I mean, if it falls
I
into the
don't
water,
like
I'm a
it.
fish person, so just send me after.
Oh, that's true.
Okay. That makes me feel better.
All right, so mark a Fey bargain and add 1 die.
Okay.
And so what does it look like? What are you actually doing to the troll to knock it off?
So, I am using my short stature to my advantage, and I'm trying to fling the vast majority of my weight at her, like, shin area, and just knock her off balance enough that she falls off of the ladder.
Okay. An idea. I don't know how much essence you have left, but you could use a grimoire boost to increase the effect.
A grimoire boost?
Yeah, so that's where you can add a magical flourish to your action. So something I was thinking of, and you can absolutely reject this, would be to basically do a minor invoke Tartarus to make the bridge underneath her icy while you're pushing to give you increased effect. And that would cost 1 essence.
I'll take it. Yeah, that sounds good.
And that's something anybody can do with their magic. You can always add a flourish to your, as long as you use your magic to aid with an action.
I got a 2.
Okay, so
I got all of my good rolls out of the way at the beginning for silly things.
So I think that the ice is too strong, and it sticks her to the thing instead of coating it.
Okay.
And so she goes down on one leg, and would have fallen off, but the ice sort of traps her there.
Okay.
And she swipes at you, but you're so low, she just knocks your hat off of your head.
I don't have a hat.
A head? What do you have?
My headband. It's a headband.
Your headband. Sorry, she knocks the headband off of your head, and then she grabs you with her other arm. So she has a hold of you, and has a really good chance of throwing you overboard.
Okay. So what happens if I go over and she doesn't?
Then she gets to. It's the person gets their demands if they stay on board.
Okay.
So
I don't know what her
you will
demands
get what
are.
you parlayed. It was all your demands. So she would get what's in the cargo hold
Okay.
without making any other.
They wouldn't have to do any other, like...
Right. They wouldn't
Yeah,
have to
they would just
take care
get
of
the
your boat.
cargo. You wouldn't get... She wouldn't get the...
All right, but you are safe for the moment.
Take up their body.
Well, if I'm gonna go in the water, I'm gonna bite her.
Go
Just
down
because
right
I'm
and...
spiteful.
Mm-hmm. A spiteful bite.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she has a hold of you, so I think that's going to give you. It's going to be real easy to bite her. I would say.
Maybe you can latch on like a leech.
Just hold
Yeah.
on.
You want to try that as a just hold on to her and bite on?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
bite her and hold on.
It's not even like she can take you with her over. She's frozen to the bridge.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Love
What do you
this
want to use for
stalemate.
that? Yeah, fight for a stalemate. And the rest of you could take an action if you wanted to. I mean, it would be cheating, but maybe you could covertly do something.
I've been contemplating how to cheat this entire time.
I think my character's too dumb to cheat, honestly.
I
Plus, you
would
might have.
love to get Whisper down there and on the troll somehow.
You're gonna pop that champagne cork that you found right in her face.
Ooh.
What did I thought? Well, I
Could.
could try.
Could be at least a distraction noise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, that is a wonderful idea now that I think about it, darling. I would like to shake up this bottle of champagne, aim the cork at the troll's head, and pop it.
Okay.
See if I can pop her right in the head. To at the very least, throw her off balance.
Sounds good. Yeah, that sounds like a really good setup action for Hollis's bite or anything else.
Right. So I assume that would be a target.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Right. And it's a complete success.
Wow.
Nice.
Smash it!
Hey.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
perfect.
a little bit sloppy.
There's so much foam.
I got
Okay.
excited there, darling.
Mm.
Usually never happens to me.
The cork hits the troll dead center, right in the middle of her head, right in the forehead, and her right eye bulges and then pops out of her head.
Oh no!
My goodness.
But it lands on Hollis's shoulder
Oh!
and then sprouts spider-like green legs
What?
Ooh.
and starts scurrying down your back
Mm, love
and
Yeah, I'm gonna
up
bite
the
her
ladder.
really hard because I'm
Can
frightened
we
now.
keep it?
And up the ladder toward Elise.
Oh,
My goodness.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Well, good thing I have a
Alright.
spider of my own. They'll have to have a good fight.
Ooh.
spider fight.
Darling, open the door.
All right, Hollis.
Yeah, I'm gonna bite her and hold on for dear life.
Okay. Plus one die on that.
I guess that's a brawl
Sure.
and plus one die. Sweet. A complete success.
Hey.
Okay.
My goodness. All we needed was a touch of champagne.
We
So
all
I
need,
think
really.
that's. I think between everything, that's enough to potentially get her off the bridge if you release your ice.
Yeah.
since you can release that at any time.
Yeah.
So what does that look like? How surprising is it to the troll that you do this? Where do you bite?
I guess I'm biting her on like the wrist or her hand, wherever she's got me. And then I've wrapped my arms and legs around her arm. So I've got my teeth and my fingers and my legs all attached to her very soundly. And then, yeah, the ice melts and she can go in the water. But I guess I'm
Okay.
going with her.
Ooh, that's a good question. Well, you rolled a 6, so there shouldn't be any negative repercussions. So I think you should be able to resist that
So
because
maybe my jumping off of her and pushing her with my legs to get off of her kind of knock her over.
okay, yeah, throwing your weight opposite where
Mm-hmm.
she is,
Yeah.
and then you'll just have to do a resist to stay on the ladder.
Okay. A
Prowess,
prowess resist.
if that makes sense.
Yeah. I spend 1 willpower.
All right, you stick the landing.
Yay!
What an
Uh,
acrobat.
the spider eye climbs to the top of the ladder and looks like it's rearing back to throw itself at Elise. Just as the troll splashes into the water, and the eyeball does a double backflip and jumps back into the water following the troll.
Well then, I pour myself a glass and start drinking.
Hopefully the
Right,
Can
and
spiders
I,
with
at
aren't
that,
this
around.
can I at this point dive off the boat to go look for Hollis's headdress?
ooh, great idea.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, what would you like to use for that?
Let me see.
I think finding it isn't going to be all that difficult, so it's more of the sort of physical going after it.
Okay, then I don't know. Maybe a finesse, because I have to go in between all the boats and the bridges
Oh,
since
yeah.
everything's kind of strapped together.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. So I want to make sure Hollis gets their stuff back, but I'm bunged up for willpower, so I'm gonna take a Fey bargain and push that to like my 5th one.
Okay.
So, what do we have in store for me?
Sure. Let me.
I mean, you just got your cool stuff. We don't want to lose it now.
I know.
You know, so we need that. Terribly useful. At least one of us knows what's going on when things start getting a little bit surreal.
How
It's
about
useful.
the troll has a claim on that because it fell in the water first.
Ooh.
So the troll thinks that it has a claim on the hat, the headband, and you're going to offend the troll if you take it.
Okay. Just because it's in the water doesn't mean you claim dibs.
I mean, I don't
Troll
think vile
dibs.
pilot. Yeah. Well, vile
Okay.
pirate laws are very loose, as I've discovered. in
They're
my-
more like guidelines.
Yeah, yeah. In fact, I think I'm the only one in this entire city that actually remembers them.
Let's give this a go. Complete success.
Nice.
There we go.
All right. You hit the water, and with your, I assume you are in your fishiest form.
Yeah, just my normal shape of water self.
So what does that look like? You getting this? Like you said, darting between boats and.
I will be
The jaws
extending
being
my
played.
arm and leg fins for optimal torque, and I will be zipping between the bows of the boats till I can find this troll that's I guess they're probably hanging on to it at this point and just, that's mine. But
Yeah,
do
no, I think the two of you are heading for it at the same time.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Should have turned into an albatross. She would have moved faster.
But
Underwater.
but you snatch it out of the water before the troll gets to it.
Yay.
Do you want to shapeshift and head back to the surface?
Nope, I have fins and webbed feet and flippers. I think I'm pretty zippy, so I think I'll just swim my way back up.
Okay. The troll is giving chase, so it's going to be
Okay.
risky.
Okay.
Just keep swimming. Or, again, albatross.
You know what? Can I do one essence and do dire form and just do some crazy physical force kicks to get myself and launch myself back out of the water like an orca?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
I'll give you +1 die and increased effect.
Okay. So sorry, how do I roll for that again? I've ticked off my essence, but I have to just do I pick a rating of my attributes and actions, or do I pick something?
Yeah. Yep, just pick an action.
Okay. So
Cool.
that's probably finesse again on the way back up, maybe.
Sure, I can see that.
Everything else doesn't seem to make too much sense. I'm not fighting the troll. I'm running away.
Bring could work too.
Okay. You know what? They're at the same level anyway, so that works out. So that'll be 2 dice. Oh, that was a failure. Out of 3.
Okay. Now I think because you were in dire form, the problems aren't going to be quite as bad for you because you turn so big. But the troll, when you turn back, the troll is still right on top of you.
Okay. Am
Um,
I at the surface at this point? Am I still pretty far down?
yeah, you're at the surface.
Can I send my
Basic.
owl to scratch the troll so that it is distracted so Seth can get away?
Or even if the owl just comes down and like snatches it from my hands and I fend for myself.
Yeah,
Either one
you'd be
works.
getting rid of the thing at once.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then maybe
Might
the
leave
troll
me
will
alone
stop.
if that's not there.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think one would be an assist and the other one would be the owl taking an action. So either way.
Which do you prefer, Seth?
I'm good with either. I'm pretty full up on harm, so I don't remember. If I'm full up on harm, do I trauma out or do I just have permanent consequences?
Yeah, so if you have a level 3 harm already filled and you take another level 3 harm, then it gets upgraded to a fatal harm.
Okay, because I
Which,
have a
yeah,
permanent
is...
scar from last time, so that would mean I would get an additional one. Okay.
Okay,
If the
so
owl
I'm
took the
gonna...
headband, it could certainly at least distract it from Seb.
Yeah.
And I doubt the troll can fly.
Yeah.
Although one never knows.
Haven't seen.
Okay. I will have Aron take the headband and then fly circles, screeching, and kind of do both at the same time.
Okay.
Be a
Let's do that.
distraction. And have the headband out of the way.
What does that look like? Is that a finesse?
I don't know. I guess
Bring?
it could be like a finesse. Yeah, finesse would work. Okay. It's a failure.
Okay, so the headband stays in the water with Seth, and the troll reaches up out of the water and grabs the owl out of the air.
No!
No.
And
Okay.
Sorry, Hollis, this is all my fault.
the owl gets pulled down underwater and is being dragged toward the troll's mouth.
Oh my
Okay, I
goodness.
guess I'm going in the water.
Do you want to resist any of that?
Yeah, I guess I could, yeah, let's resist the owl being eaten by the troll for
Okay.
sure.
I'm going
Okay.
to hold Jason a
It's-
glass of champagne as I
Is Whisper still on Iran at this point?
That's up to...
Because we could do like a little
just stay
attempt to
on.
do a resist roll for a little web parachute to kind of lift Iran out of the way.
I would have removed Whisper the moment that the survey was over,
Mm.
rather than risk
Yeah.
anything happening.
Yeah.
Especially if it's going towards the water. Not a water spite.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do a
think
resist
that would
for
be a
Iran.
prowess.
Would I be able to do a resist to potentially throw it up or to Iran so Iran doesn't have to get as close to the troll to potentially get grabbed?
Okay, so this would be like a protect action to prevent
Yeah, to
Iran from
prevent
taking
Iran
any
from.
of these consequences.
Mm-hmm. Or is
Yeah,
that too
and then
much?
you would take those consequences instead.
Yeah.
No, don't take
are
the
you good with
consequences
that?
instead.
Darling, if you
I
take
guess-
an injury right now,
Yeah, it's not good.
I'm
It's up
sure
to
we
the
can
two of
I'll just
you.
resurrect
resist
the
and-
bird. We have two very capable neck.
Hollis is going to resist my
True.
resist.
Let's just prowess resist and
Okay.
save the bird. He'll be okay. If not, we'll get a new bird. Partial success.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't put the R in. Hold on. Should I redo it?
We could just take the roll. For some reason, it didn't update on my screen.
I got a 4. So how many willpower would I
Oh, I
spend?
think you
Oh,
put it in
shoot.
Thursday's stream.
Oops.
Yeah,
Yep, I did.
My
okay.
goodness.
roll
That
for a future game, and they'll start off with that roll.
was...
I'm like, what's this?
Mystery.
So 4 is... Yeah, go ahead and re-roll it in the proper chat, because
Okay.
I'm blanking on how many willpower that is.
Crap.
All right,
Ah,
that's
I got a
crit.
critical on that one.
Oh,
Okay.
sweet.
Roll.
It was worth it.
All right. So
Oh, I recover a willpower because of that.
Yep.
Oh, that's wonderful.
The upgrade here on the stream.
So, you poorly finesse down into the water, fumble the item, but then when the troll grabs a hold of Iran, it's able to completely evade his grasp and jet back up into the air. So Seth still has the headband.
Okay.
I don't know, you could try and throw it to TJ. You could try and catch it as a dog.
Yeah, you just turn into a bird.
And just
I could
use
try
it in
that.
general.
Yeah, let's get TJ involved. What? I guess that'd be throw would probably be another finesse roll.
Finesse or target would make sense.
Okay. I'm level in both, so it'll still be 1 die. So I'll do
I
that.
think since it's not like an aerodynamic item, I think target might be better.
Okay. So I'll roll for
Aerodynamic.
target.
Anything's
Fade
aerodynamic, but it's only for a certain amount of time.
It's made for illusion. If it's not aerodynamic, it's like, come on. Okay. No. It's like, sorry, I'm opening all the wrong tabs. Oh, it's a
Oh, no.
failure. I don't want.
Oh,
Well, you don't
Okay.
have the headband anymore, so that's good.
So it goes wild. It catches the wind as it's flying, and it smacks up against the side of the cruise liner, and then slides back down like a cartoon back into the water. But it is about 30 feet from where you are now,
I
and
had good
the
intentions, Hollis. I'm sorry.
Oh shit! Can Ron go snatch that up now?
probably.
Ooh.
Right out of the water?
I wonder if
Yeah,
any
it's
children
far
use
enough from
it.
anybody else. I don't think that would be a roll, but the troll grabs you by the legs and burbles, "You're mine now,"
Uh-oh.
Oh.
It's
and
got me
starts
my fish
dragging
sticks.
and starts dragging you under the water.
Well, good thing I can breathe underwater.
Hmm.
Okay. Let me see what I got.
Turn into a rhinoceros.
I can't swim. I'll drown.
Chat says,
Oh,
empty the
man.
bottle faster. You're gonna need another projectile to save the day.
And you know what? I might just need another one this rate. I mean, my god, it's just a headband.
You know what?
I
It's
do have a gun with
An
2 rounds
anti-illusion
in it.
headband.
I don't exactly fancy my chances of firing a pistol off into the ocean and hoping it hits a
Oh yeah,
troll.
we might.
it's kind of a cheeky move, but I'm wondering, can I shapeshift into something really tiny like a brine shrimp so I'm just not in their fist
Ooh.
anymore?
Yeah. Let's see. So, what do you want to use for that? Like prowl?
Probably. Prowl, or do you think prowl or spring? What do you think? It's like a surprise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's up to you.
I'm the same level in both, so either
Yeah,
one is
it's
going to give me the same
what
amount
it
of
looks
die.
like in the fiction
Yeah.
is how you would decide.
I think as an evasive thing, I will do it as a prowl.
Okay.
Kind of
Yeah, I think that
reactionary to
makes
the, oh shoot.
yeah, I think
A
that makes
done
sense,
goof.
and you're trying to avoid their grasp for longer than just a split second. You want to actually get away, so yeah, I think that makes sense. I'll give you
Okay.
increased effect because you're something so small.
Oh, great. Just a check. One die. Partial
Alright.
success. Do it at a cost of 4.
Okay.
I do have a slash side, mangled hand, dislocated shoulder, and I'm slightly concussed if we want to incorporate that. The shorter list to
So-
say what I'm not.
Well.
I think when you're a brine shrimp, none of those things matter that much.
Now I'm
But,
imagining what a dislocated shoulder would look like on a shrimp.
One
It's
weird
just like
little
3
leg.
little. Yeah, 3. One little
think
gaping
the
leg.
I think the cost is that the troll leaves you behind and heads down to the bottom. That you can see where the troll heads, and it has a rather cozy looking house down there.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
and yeah, it was probably just gonna serve you some tea, but now you're missing out.
Aw. Dang it!
What
It beans it.
All right. Well, I think it is time for a break.
I feel so bad for this poor troll.
Just wanted a friend.
Just wanted an item or a friend or.
Mhm.
I mean, we should have known they bowed politely to start off. That's
That
all
they
they
were gonna be
wanted this
nice.
whole time.
All right, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. All right, we're quick. Welcome back to Nightsky Sanctum for sort of the second half. It looks like they have just completed their undertaking for the evening in record time. getting aboard the Vile Legion and getting their demands met. So we have some big choices to make, whether you want to take a bunch of downtime actions now or wait until you get back to your Covenstead. But we will resume as you are all on the cruise ship, all four of you and your familiars, and discussing the path forward.
Well, I think
Uh,
first and foremost that we need to officially christen our new ship.
What's its name? What's its name?
I was thinking the Arcana.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
It's a pretty big ship. Maybe it's a major arcana.
I do love that. Yes. This is the SS Major Arcana. And then I smashed what's
Perfect.
left of the champagne bottle on the rail.
One drop.
Awesome.
First class
Love
down.
it.
All
right.
Yeah. How
So-
long you guys been sailing?
Today.
Good day.
Just the one day. Okay.
Has it only been a day since we sailed this?
I think. Yeah,
I mean,
you
we were
spent
on
one
it
night
for
aboard.
longer, but
Yeah, I think you attacked it at night and spent that night aboard, and that was it.
But it's been a smashing and very fulfilling day. You know,
Not
I'm
my day.
feeling quite salty already.
My day was just menial labor. I just take around the ship.
Menial labor seems like a waste.
It. You know, the person who says it has its merits, I expect he's rotting in hell somewhere. Yeah. I would like to do a parlay of my own, if you don't mind. Please, I don't know. If you are the head of the ship, or is it a communist collective type of thing?
I think we're just figuring it out as we go, so the communist elect seems most likely.
He takes out like his little. He has like a little like pocket booky style journal. He's kind of had. It's kind of bulky, not bulky, but like short and stocky, not like the sort of long style you would get. He's like, I have been doing some research on when I last saw you about the whole Forsaken Saint stuff. That was when I saw you guys.
Oh,
and-
it's all that. No wonder you're a fan of our work.
Yeah, I would say it was interesting. And I'm willing to parlay is a temporary, however long you wish, partnership in exchange for some information.
Well, those terms, so seem fair.
I'm many things. Fair is one of them. See, I actually have, and he like shows this document, like major chicken scratch writing. He's like, probably can't read that. It was what I've heard from my various informants from Stewart's group in exchange for various things, which I am now deeply in credit to them. Is that they've recently been, at least the last surviving member has been somewhere around Manhattan in a building with the able BFC and a cross on it. I have no idea what that is. They wouldn't provide any more information. I mean, it's a direction. Or would you rather just stay here at the Pirate City with the people that will eventually come back with a vengeance at some point tomorrow?
I mean, I like killing nuns. So. If we can find more nuns or weirdo priests, definitely down for that.
They're getting back in the habit. It's got to stop one day.
Yeah, you all remember the Forsaken Saints member we were calling Quasimodo. That's
yes, the one that got their latex outfit burnt into their body.
mhm.
Kinky.
That's that's the one Jason tracked.
Okay.
Well,
I didn't do the parlay right. Fuck, they didn't accept me.
It depends who goes in the water.
What we have in hunting down the rest of the nuts, but it could be fun.
It'd be interesting.
Exterminate a few more religious extremists. All it's going to do is improve the lot of everyone.
Exactly.
Don't have any real super offensive magic, so best I can do is help with intel.
Intel is
You ever
important.
cast a spell? All it takes is a bit of charm. You'll learn quickly. Paulus is the only one who casts spells on you.
What do you guys think? You want to take him home with us?
Can we keep him?
Well, it might be nice to have a man at the house. And
I
it
mean,
would be
we've
nice
already
to
got
not
a.
be the only one of us who can sneak into some place undetected. Because the rest of you stick out like a sore thumb.
It's true.
I mean, our troop consists of women and children right now. We're a little off balance. So.
It's the exact opposite of the Titanic. All the men jumped overboard. And left the women and children.
Right.
Mhm.
Well, it looks like our boat is taken care of, so we could go home for a little while and have some fun with the Forsaken Saints.
If you'd like, you could do a drawing down the moon from here, and then, and then you could take some downtime actions while you're on this flotilla, and then maybe head back home and take some more downtime actions. But there is a lesser, so the only people that can partake in the rituals are coven mates. So there is a lesser ritual for adding coven mates that you all know.
We do know. Okay, good. I was like,
Yeah, we all know this. Yeah.
The rite of coven initiation allows new members to gain full access to coven upgrades and participate in rituals. When the first member is initiated, the coven's tier is 0, but you guys are already well past that.
Well,
we do that.
the lesser rituals are separate from draft up, correct?
Yeah. Do they take a downtime action?
No, lesser rituals just
Okay.
you can use them once per downtime freely.
Well,
So
I mean, it wouldn't necessarily hurt Jason if we were to draw down before initiating it, because he has not actually expended any willpower or essence.
That's true.
Really done nothing.
So he would have nothing to gain from the ritual. Oh no, but he has to have his wild magics here, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's initiate him first.
So is that something that you want to divulge to them? Why you have wild magic in your system?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's fine. Totally fine and not weird as fuck. I was younger, you know how it is. And ever seen the movie Pet Cemetery? It's sort of like that.
Young.
Dog got hit on the freeway. Managed to, you know, a lot of tumultuous issues, especially in regards to dealing with mortality and things of that nature. I thought, you know, what if, hypothetically, one had the ability to turn back time? And I'm not entirely sure it worked in the way I thought it would. And the next day, he was just, no, okay. He was okay.
Came back
Like,
from the dead.
Yeah, in a matter of speaking, he is
Hollis
back
was
from
gonna
the
go
dead.
over and start petting the dog and smelling the dog and like, what's
Hollis will
really?
never
He
leave
was
him
dead.
alone.
He was dead.
Zombie pupper.
The dog might be one of the children then. We did the same thing with them.
Yeah, but I was there for that one.
I think Hollis has a new best friend.
You did this years ago.
Years ago, it happened in a weird span of time, to the point where no one noticed for very long. So, actually, someone did notice, and family wasn't entirely happy about that. You know, perversion of life, death, stuff. So basically, I've been,
They were just a cat person, that's all.
you know, it could be. I've just been out ever since, just living adventures. Trying not to get put in prison for whatever perversion of life created my boy back.
It is no small miracle you haven't been bound yet, if you've been traveling for years with that lingering wild magic.
Yeah.
Evidently, you're quite efficient at dodging the law.
At least, you know, keep your head down so far, and no one really notices. Especially since bringing him back is really the only thing that I've done, and it's not like I've done numerous other things.
That you need to tell them about.
Yeah, no. Really, mostly not. Honestly, other than minor feelings of cuts and bruises, that's about it. Basically making my way around. And, that's pretty much my story.
Yeah. Plus, being with the Vile Legion recently has certainly made it so the Red Watch weren't going to come around and bother you.
Navy is relax.
In all your time with the Vile Legion, have you learned anything about ships?
Decent amount. I mean, I could learn my way around a thing or two if need be. I was very adept. I mean, yeah, very knowledgeable. I mean, I could do my best. I wouldn't say I'm greatest at it. No, you need to know what you need to.
Do you want to do a study roll? Like
Yeah.
a flashback?
Yeah.
Let's
Might
see
have
how much you picked up.
Okay, I got. Ooh. Let's roll. Alright, bless up. This will be my first roll. Ah, yes!
Nice.
Maritime
Oh.
fucking genius.
What a way
So
to
you-
start.
Yeah. You can take 3 lessons that you learned while you've been here with the Vile Legion about piloting or ship maintenance or anything like that.
Right,
What do you-
let's
what-
do.
What do we see, like a little montage of you learning and doing?
Generally, as he started very lower in the Vile Legion, you have to know about various ship maintenance, and of course, anything that's dangerous around ships. So that would be one of the main things. Is that probably know ship maintenance. Excuse me.
Okay.
Just writing this down.
So we see
Ah.
you out, like cleaning barnacles off the outside of the hull, and
It's not like I was fixing carburetors. Yeah, like just taking care of general upkeep. That would probably be one of the general flags. And you said it was like 3 things?
yeah, you can take 2 more.
Yeah, and then the other one would probably be in his downtime reading about maritime navigation. So he would probably know a little bit about ship navigation. And I would say also he learns a bit of ship um, maneuvers as well. So he's pretty decent, like using piloting ships. Yeah.
Cool.
Super useful.
Cool.
You can help teach the children.
Yeah.
Our adorable little pint-sized knee.
If your roll failed, I was totally gonna picture you being like the tall up and down thing with the bed sheet. Yeah, that makes the boat go.
Yeah. I was honestly ready for anything.
On a modern ship. That's
I
about
I read One Piece.
All right. Is that enough for you all to extend a ritual?
Yeah.
I mean, he already knows more than all of us about how to operate the boat. So.
There's nothing. It's for
I'm
necessity.
destroyed like the cat. And he knows how to resurrect things, which, as we already know, is terribly useful.
Is
even if
handy.
he doesn't quite have a full grasp of it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Have it on his own. With our womanly guidance.
All right. Who wants to lead coven initiation? Or do you want to head back to your...
I have no clue how it got
At least, do you have any more champagne left to pour on him?
Well, I broke this one bottle, but I'm sure we have a couple more in the hood.
Yeah.
Yeah, and do you want to do it here, or do you want to go back to the coven stead for that?
Well, if he has wild magic, I'd rather get that cleared off before we go back to the coven stead.
Yes, if we leave the Vile Legion with wild magic, they'll follow us.
Okay. So
We
what
don't
does
need
it
a
look
red
like?
watch on our door.
Yeah. What does it look like to initiate someone into your coven? It's unique to your coven.
But I do like the idea of dousing him in champagne before it's been brought up.
That's very Elise, yeah.
But I don't know if that's appropriate for the whole coven.
I was
mean, maybe-
thinking it would look something like, since we're brutal, like,
Beating the
like
shit out of him.
everybody does a little bleeding.
Dekimatio.
Either
Yeah.
that, or we all grab his ankles and we dip him head first into the sea.
No, darling, you
Beautiful.
have to make sure to dip him all the way in, not by his ankle. You don't want it to end up like Achilles, where his ankle is for some reason outside the cover.
True. A cursed ankle. A wild ankle.
Oh, that's
It
your
feels like-
trauma. Just
Hollis, you might want to bury somebody.
Oh, yeah. That could be fun.
We could bury him
that could be good.
underwater and douse him in champagne. It would hit
Yeah,
all-
Hollis buries him. I wrap his face in seaweed, and you just like cover him in bubbles. Chaos.
You die and you are reborn.
You
Yeah.
smell awful, but you're one of us now.
I've been on a pirate ship for 3 months. I don't think I
Mhm.
smell good regardless.
I think the champagne would be an improvement, as with the seaweed.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like the idea of like a sea baptism. Like, I think that works.
Like a
We
certain.
live on an island anyway.
That's true. Yeah.
All right, do you guys want to describe your island to everyone, including Josh? And
I don't think it looks like much, really.
Isn't it a barren rock with a building?
Got
Yep.
a graveyard on top.
It's rather
And a big
drab,
little
really. We
credit
should
card.
work on fixing that somehow.
A big
Yeah, we're gonna put a
storm
bunch
door
of
that
tents
leads
up there.
A large
I mean-
18th century estate.
That would be
I
pretty.
mean, we're a little focused on having like a prison cell first. So we didn't go too much into aesthetics. We just wanted prisoners.
Yes.
But yeah, there's not a whole lot to it right now.
It's
We all
not
have
much,
quarters?
but it's home.
Yeah.
Not honest. It's not honest, but it's a good work.
It's not honest, that's for certain.
There's still crab carcasses in the corners of some of the
Oh
rooms.
no!
Was Roger's body still there, or just his soul?
No.
They
His
just took
body
soul.
is in the. His
I
body
thought
is
the
in the
crabs ate
graveyard
him.
They did.
mostly.
Yes, the
We still have
crab.
Roger
Oh,
Bones.
The skeletons surrounding crabs.
That sounds like a really generic, like, butler name. Roger Bones.
I'm gonna set him up like a scarecrow. It's gonna be great.
Oh my god, that'd be fantastic. Put him in your spooky garden
Yeah.
with all your bioluminescent mushrooms, just Roger's corpse, just
That's
Thank
terrifying.
goodness I have my room. You get away from all this.
Who wants to do drawing down the moon then?
We haven't gotten to that at all.
Thank you, Gavin, for bringing us back and centering us all. Oh,
We're doing
Um,
world building. I'm sure Gavin quite appreciates it.
Oh yes.
well, I could do it, I guess. I haven't done it in a bit.
Okay.
Are we doing this at the Covenstead, or are we doing this on the boat?
We're home now, Doc.
We're home now. Home
With the
sweet
children.
home.
My little children.
Oh, well, in that case, we're all going to go into Hollis's garden, and we're all going to smush our feet into the dirt. We're going to hold hands. The children are going to make a circle around us, and we're going to think warm thoughts about our fallen comrade, Vespertine, that's recovering down in the basement.
Or Madeline. Or Madeline.
Madeline, my
It wasn't
mistake.
fine.
Madeline's passed out in the basement, recovering with their fishy, flappy arms.
The kids
Yeah.
got
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're funny.
At least they're wrapped up in like a blanket. Their arms are all squishy,
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
so they're comfy even if they're miserable. But yeah, we'll do
feel
that.
better
We'll
soon.
hang out in Hollis's garden, and then we'll try to feel better under the moon.
Sounds good.
So how do
So-
I roll for that again? Because I haven't done it in a while.
Coven tier.
Just do
Exclamation mark
exclamation point 1 DDTM.
one.
DDT.
Drawing down the moon. There you go.
Result.
6, great result. 6 essence and 3 willpower to each member.
I didn't
Nice.
even have any essence. But I'm sure Hollis appreciates that.
Yeah.
Magnifique, darling. Magnifique.
That's what
And,
happens when I get the children involved. So much extra power.
This is why we must keep the children close. They are a boon.
They are our future.
I'll keep them. I shall raise them as their mother.
Unless you have to raise them from the dead.
Well, thankfully we have Jason here for that.
Yeah.
Then, if we raise them from the dead, then each and every one of them will be Hollis's favorite child.
So,
Every now and
Uh,
then, one of them just turns up dead. And I'm like, I don't know what happened. Somebody fix it.
Oh,
Our geek squad. Jason?
for some weird reason, I'm not one of them.
Jason, you feel like a weight of this wild magic that had been circling around you for so long has finally been lifted. But let's see exactly how well that went, maybe with a focus roll.
Hey, let's see
And
how
we'll
it
see
goes.
if that
I have any focus?
should have at least one.
If you do,
Yeah.
you need to get some done.
Oh, I have
You have one.
it one.
I keep everyone's sheets up.
What did it cost?
Okay. So I think you're able to get rid of at least two of the things that have been a problem for you. Or at least one of the things that's been a problem. So you can decide what that is. Maybe it's now has changed into a more manageable state.
Right. Alright.
And if you want, we can come back to that later. You don't have to necessarily go through it now, but yes, something that your character has been worried about magically has not resolved itself, but has become more knowable.
Think about it.
And everyone else can take their downtime actions.
How many downtime actions do we have this time?
We're going to do 4.
4. Okay. Nice.
And I will bring up a list.
Wonderful.
There we are. Wow, that fits in the chat window that I made perfectly. Almost perfectly.
Sure. Well, I knew what Seth's going to do.
Crap, we need to do a little flashback. I forgot there was something I wanted to do on the pirate flotilla before you all left. And that was the re-emergence of the troll who climbed aboard.
Emerges from the water just as we fade to black.
Climbs aboard your ship and bows in a request to be allowed aboard.
Well, if they're
Sure, at
bound,
this point.
Why not?
It holds out a hand.
oh,
It holds out a hand and has a pearl in its hand, which it hands off to whoever is brave enough to get close. Who would that
anyone
be?
else is going to do it.
I mean,
Hollis deserves
Hollis
it.
did like the brunt of the work, so Hollis deserves the goodies.
But I won't deny that I'd like it for a neck.
All I did was drop a headband a bunch of times.
So,
I played David to the Goliath.
yeah, that's true. She hands you the pearl and says, I know you have strong teeth, but I don't know if you can chew this up. But if you can, it's a delicacy among mine. And if you can chew that up, it will heal many of your wounds.
Ooh.
I'm gonna walk that over to Seth and be like, I'd rather you not die.
So go dire form until you've got something with strong teeth, like an alligator.
Yeah. Do this up.
As you turn to walk away, the troll grabs your arm, and violently kisses the back of your hand.
This is a very peculiar troll. Certainly in need of a few etiquette lessons. I'm going to be back personally to teach this poor woman how to behave in civilized public.
I like her.
Well, You can add her as a coven contact
Nice.
at acquaintance level for now.
Orders
What's her name?
That's a great question.
Yeah,
That makes me
Troll
wish.
lady.
That makes me wish
Yeah,
I had a
she was.
tarot deck nearby. I have a tarot deck now.
Yay.
Maybe we can tell the fortune of where the story is going to go next.
Yeah, but that would ruin the fun, darling.
True.
The chaos is what makes it life.
Her name is Delta.
Ooh.
Topical. So, definitely sanitize your hands now because you've gotten the delta all over it.
Oh no.
Suddenly our stream just cuts out.
Technical difficulties, folks.
I thought you were going to do like a Delta Airlines joke.
If she would have successfully thrown Hollis off, we could have done
Delta
Delta
Airlines?
So I'm just gonna be like, thank you.
So
How
How
everyone
big
with
is
their
this
down.
pearl in regards to Hollis?
It's a rather large pearl, and so in regards to Hollis, it's about the same size as one of her eyeballs. So,
Cool.
and any of you can feel free to flash back to the pirate flotilla for any of your downtime actions. But yeah,
I
All right.
will note now that I am never going to forgive Seth for eating this beautiful pearl.
Mm.
I have not said I've eaten it yet.
When it happens, our relationship will be irreparably damaged.
Friendship with Seth ended. Jason is my new acolyte now.
Elise just wants any excuse to hate Seth because Elise is racist against fish people.
It's true, she is. But also, she really does love pearls. I mean, she does wear them. So, that's the most
A healing
valuable
item could have
part
made
of
it beautiful. A healing item could have made a beautiful accessory to her, you know.
Exactly. Which is why she was very much nonchalant about the headband, because it was not a beautiful accessory.
Well, we have 4 downtime
Could have been covered
actions
in
each, so
pearls.
I'm not going to eat Hollis's pearl just yet. So we
Sure.
got 4 downtime. I might be able to be fine.
They have one of the weirdest parties aboard the pirate ship.
My God.
Oh,
God.
we're gonna be inside of a fish. I'm very confused.
Partying
Seth
from
is
inside
down.
a fish. I think
Could be
I
like
think that was a.
Oh, no, I was gonna say. I think maybe one of the parties on the ship that Jason saw was like one of the pirates has like a dried out, not dry, but like a hollowed out fish, like magical fish, as part of their ship to have their parties.
Having
Yeah,
a
like
rave
a-
with like a whale skeleton.
Yeah. Very concerning when you party there.
Do you remember the name of this deck, Anya?
Something about a moon. It's like
Oh,
dark
well.
moons.
Oh,
The box is over
Deviant.
there.
Deviant Moon Tarot.
Deviant moon.
Ooh.
Yeah,
It's a fun
got
deck.
some.
Something
Yeah.
about the word deviant always gets me.
Got
It's
really
what we
cool
used-
illustrations in it.
It
Yeah.
does.
We used it for the episode where they went to the floating market for all the Fey creatures to give them all their unique eccentricities.
Hey, tarot decks do not.
Not enough.
2 dozen or so.
goodness.
They're one of my favorite things.
Mm-hmm.
It's better than Lilith collecting all those dice when we do all of our tabletop digitally.
I
Yeah, I was sad about
They
that
make
too.
Goblin Brain very
Do
happy.
you know how many sets
Yeah.
of die we have?
I've got a set that's just got like ducks in it.
Oh,
Ducks?
I've been fiddling with it the whole time. It's like you can't really see. It's got,
Oh, rubber
that's
duckies.
precious.
might be easier to see.
Go on.
Let me see if I can get like the 6-sided. Yeah, it's a lot easier to see in this one. Little duck.
Mm-hmm.
Aw, that's so
Help, I'm
cute.
trapped in there! Ah!
And again, we have never played tabletop analog.
And yet,
I need
I don't
them.
even know how many dice we have.
probably nearly
Several hundred
1,000.
dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goodness.
About half of them 6-sided dice, though.
That seems dramatic, and that's me saying.
I'll do a dice tour someday. Some people do house tours. I do a dice tour.
We'll stream a dice tour.
Show us
Ooh, a
your
tarot deck.
haul. Oh,
Yeah,
that'd be
tarot
good too.
hall.
That'd certainly be worth going. Because we must go through all of these downtime. Got so many to do.
Mhm.
It's going to be
Yeah,
a great
so-
opportunity for Jason to catch up.
Mhm.
You know, that would be cool. Anyways, no. I guess it would be cool to catch. I don't even know what downtime action that would be.
Training.
Training. That would. Yeah, I was looking at the list. It'd probably be training. Yeah. Who would he? Would he just be training by himself? Probably just trying to try and find a room
Train
to.
with any of us, darling.
Oh.
I think you say which.
Hmm.
If you can think of a way to get your dog in on your training, since your dog is your ally,
True.
then you can get a
Doggo.
bonus die.
So if you're
Yeah.
training your target skill, just play fetch.
Yeah. I guess he could do some training. I don't know if Seth's probably too injured to actually train with him, so it'd probably just be again with Elise or Hollis. Hollis would probably be trying to steal the dog away.
I could show you all the dead stuff that we have on the island, and that would be super fun.
Let's do that. I mean, it's not like death is more. I guess Jason would be more like death is like a thing to him. It's not like the thing. You know? It's like life and death are scary, both in their own different way.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe through this he can learn admiration of little bit of admiration. What do I roll for this?
For training, you don't have to roll, so you just decide which of your attributes or your grimoire that you want to train, and each one of those is a separate downtime action. So you could potentially train your grimoire and all 3 of your attributes because you have 4 downtime actions.
I will do. I'll do that actually. I will. Where do I add to the grimoire?
Yes,
Is it the grimoire powers or grimoire
You can
XP?
just
Yeah.
check
XP.
check the XP boxes for those. So in grimoire, you already have 2 filled in. You can add more.
All right, I'll add 1 more to the grimoire XP, and then I'll be like training with the grimoire a little bit. It would be kind of fun to learn like social interactions from Elise.
Ooh.
She is the expert.
I do need a
Yes.
I do need a dot and end, so training
Certainly better
for.
than learning how to be social from your dog.
He's not the most. Oh yeah, because my dog definitely does not talk to me in any way whatsoever.
They may or may not, but
You can
they
only
might
get so far
fully
from sniffing
comprehend
butts.
the depth of human interaction.
True. Yeah, let's do one command dot. That'll be the second. Um, one command dot, one consort
Oh well,
dot.
these give
shoot.
you XP in those. So if you
Okay.
notice up by the word like resolve
Mm-hmm.
above command, that's where you would put those XP.
Okay. Let's
So
And
the
once
three
you
dots.
yeah,
6.
once you fill yeah, once you fill up an entire row, you get an extra dot.
All right. So
It
yeah,
happens
that'll.
quicker than you think.
Yeah.
But
Very
it's fun
true.
to focus on a specific action that your character's attempting. So yeah, that's always cool.
Or like Seth, you just spread your experience between them all, so you can level up all at once.
True.
Oh yeah, is that happening this time, Seth?
I think so. Yeah, one dot and everything, so it's all gonna be one giant firework pop.
Just focus on making sure you're not mangled.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll be the priority first when it's my turn.
Yeah, that'll be my actions. Just training with the team, getting to know them.
Okay,
And,
great. I love that.
love that for him.
For a boy and his dog.
Uh,
Hollis, do you have any ideas?
I'm gonna do a recover willpower, which is gonna look like her spending time in her graveyard garden, rearranging all of Roger's bones into a nice effigy of him, so she can always spit on him as she walks by.
Mm-hmm. Since it's at your coven, I think that counts as a place of power. So you can use your underworld. What is it? You have an ability called Underworld Affinity, I think. That'll
Yeah.
give you a +1 die.
Okay.
Ooh.
And
Roger's
Or is that
finally
restore?
useful
Sorry,
once
I
in
think
his
that's
life.
for restore essence, not restore
yeah,
willpower.
not willpower.
Yeah,
Which one do I roll for willpower?
I think that's the lower of your resolve or insight.
Okay, I think they're the same. They are.
Yep, that's right. Describe your therapeutic situation. Roll the lower of resolve or insight.
I got a 5.
And that's that is going to be restore 2 willpower.
Okay.
No.
And I feel like there's a. Let me see. I guess it's just, yeah, it'd be exclamation point, the number, and then F. And that'll tell you how many you get back
Okay.
on those for the future.
Okay.
Is that enough essence to, or enough willpower to take you into a healthy zone, or do you want to
Yeah, it's
keep
enough for
going
now,
with
for
that?
sure.
Okay.
I think I also want to start a long-term project.
Okay.
I
What's the
want
idea?
to really start focusing on getting bodies for my graveyard
Ooh.
so that I have spirits to talk to.
Leave my children
Okay.
alone.
Leave those kids alone.
All natural causes, just
Mm-hmm.
happenstance.
The crab's got him.
Yeah.
How many
Those
unique
mean crabs.
spirits do you How many unique, interesting spirits do you want to have? 2, 3, or 4?
I like 3. Three's a good number.
All right, that'll be a 6 clock
Okay.
called Gathering Bones.
Okay. And what do I roll to count a 6 clock? A long-term
That
project.
is an interesting question.
Yeah. I don't see it.
I would say survey would probably
Survey?
make sense to find and gather bones in a safe manner,
Sure.
although prowl could also work.
I mean, they don't have to be bones. And we already have a contact with Vulture Votary, so I was just gonna say maybe they can, once they're
Okay.
done eating the sin, I can have the bodies.
Mm-hmm.
It's recycling.
It is.
All right, yeah, gathering bodies will work then.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm
So
having the
maybe
help
some
of a
social.
contact.
Okay, so that's +1 die. Maybe some kind of social roll then.
Sure. Let me
And
see
you're
what I have
using your
socially.
contact. I think her name is Aniran Days.
Yeah.
She's a siren or Nereid. I think she might
Yeah,
be a
near it.
Nereid.
Uh,
Ariane Day? Is that?
I guess.
Ariana
Mhm.
Grande's.
Yeah, I have them listed as waterborne, so I don't know if we specified specifically what
Yeah.
they were.
Gotcha. I'm gonna go with consort, but I don't have any in consort, so I'm just gonna roll the 1 die.
Okay.
Because I want to be more friendly than manipulative.
Right. So that's exclamation point 1F.
F.
Yep. Fortune.
It's a bad result.
That's okay. You gain 1 tick on the
1
clock.
tick.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll take it.
So you have not any bodies yet, but you do have your foot in the door.
Yeah.
A disembodied foot in the door.
For sure.
Right.
And I guess for the other 2 actions, I will do training.
Okay. We can
Okay.
handle that off. It doesn't have to be in the spotlight. We can move to Seth.
Well, I definitely want to restore some willpower and heal some recovery.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try
Oh,
willpower first.
first you have vital form now,
Oh, right. Yes.
so
At the
that
beginning of
activates
your each
automatically.
downtime, instantly heal your lowest level of harm.
Ooh, nice.
So my side slash can go away. That's nice. But that doesn't move anything. That just gets rid of that one, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Gain plus effect on recovery downtime. So I still have 2 levels of 2-degree harm and my dislocated shoulder at 3rd degree. So let's
Mm-hmm.
do
Pop
a
that
recovery
back in.
first.
Okay.
So sorry, I roll the lowest of my resolve and insight for that.
Actually, for recovery, you roll the level of the medical treatment. So in this case, you would need somebody to use the first aid kits on you.
I can help. And Jason's probably just as good to notch.
And those first aid kits are fine, if I remember right?
Um,
Or
Think
are they
so.
standard?
I have it listed as normal, so I think it should be basic.
Okay. So unless someone has any special skills, that'll be Covenanter.
I try and use. I think. Let me. I don't have any healing. I don't think.
You're an animist,
Yeah.
so
Rainbow Connection does not work. This one.
That's for
We'll
restore
find
essence,
it.
yeah.
Rainbow Connection.
You could
Mending. I have
you
mending.
you could awaken the spirit of the first aid kit.
Hmm.
That's a freebie. That'll make it fine for the rest of the downtime.
Okay, I'll do that.
So basically, you're bringing the spirit of the medical tools and devices to life, so that they're more effective.
Is it gonna sing "Be Our Guest" as it stitches me up?
Please no.
That's 100% up to Jason.
That is definitely, that would be terrifying for him. So no.
Okay, no mouths on the medical tools, but that's fine. So that raises that to 2 dice then, if you want to use that.
Okay. And sorry, and which one do I pick out of that? It's just like
Exclamation 2F.
exclamation 2F. Okay. Mixed result. At a limited partial effect or 2 ticks. Out of 5.
Clear all level 1 harm and move all level 2 harm down 1 level.
Okay, so my 1 was gone, so I just moved my 2 down. That's pretty good.
So your shoulder is still causing you major problems?
My shoulder's still jacked up. That's my... Does that count as... That's 1 action, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I would like to do willpower next.
Okay.
So
That
I'm just trying
one
to scroll up
is...
in the chat so I can... That one is the Insider Resolve, right?
Yep. Describe the therapeutic situation and roll the lower of Resolve or Insight.
Zeph is going to wade into the shallows and float on their back, arms extended, legs extended, starfish style, and just kind of float and spin in the water.
Nice.
Just been a long day. They're feeling very sore. They just want to float.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just be exclamation mark and then whatever my lower number is.
Yep, and then F.
And F. Okay.
Nice.
Good result. Standard or full effect. 3 tip.
So that is 3 willpower restored.
Nice. Okay.
And Madeline comes and is floating beside you. Still has the big ray flippers.
Precious moment.
Not at all distracting.
Seth is very attracted to Madeline with the stingray arms. Would I be able to use a... I don't know if this would be long-term project. Actually, this would probably be a long-term project. I discussed with you about potentially doing that arc for breaking people out of prison. Would I be able to use that for maybe some research to kind of plan ahead for that arc? Or is that something that's not applicable?
Yeah, so let's see. There are a million different ways to do that. I would say probably the first step would be to gather some information, or you could try a long-term project to make a contact that can get you some better information later. So basically, do you have access to the right people to gather information now, or do you need to do a long-term project to get access to the right people so you can gather information in the future?
Got it. Okay.
So whichever one it is, just let me know, and I'll let you know how big the clock needs to be.
I think I would like to, just story-wise, I think I'd like to do a long-term project so I don't have a contact, but I have people in prison that I want to get to. So I think I need to make lines here, contact with somebody.
So do you want to find do you want to get like a I'm trying to think of the word for that. A Red Watch guard who maybe is not down with the program anymore. Like they've seen too
Yeah.
much, and so you're trying to find somebody who wants to sort of get out of the business or at least do some damage, a man on the inside kind of thing.
I like that idea. I like someone that's kind of seen the inside of the system now that they've been in it. And they're no longer wanting to be a part. So I like that idea of having a kind of a Red Watch contact.
Okay. I think because the Red Watch is tier 3 and a turned Red Watch guard, if they're just a guard and not like a captain or something like that, would probably be an 8-tick clock.
Okay.
If you wanted to make them a captain, that'd probably be a 10.
Okay. You know what? Let's go for captain. Go big or go home.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, start a 10 clock for turncoat Red Watch captain.
Okay.
And then you can decide what you want to use as your first action to get in with them.
Would I use an attribute or action in regards to that, or just mean
An action.
Okay.
And if we can think of a way to get one of your contacts or one of your coven contacts that could get you in touch with this person, that'll get you +1 die.
Okay. Well, if they're the captain and these are kind of associates or friends in the prison, maybe they're essentially the warden for their block or their ward. So maybe they know them just from walk-arounds and their security detail. I don't know if that would be efficient enough. But I'm wondering if, I don't know if a study roll would be applicable for it, because I'm not physically there. Maybe consort, but I don't have points in consort. Or
you have your familiar that could be feeding you information.
That's true.
And you have psychometry that you could be using to get information if you got access to the right, physical stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
So there are a number of different ways you can go about it. Whichever way you choose is going to be the way it works out. So.
Okay. Could I potentially do something like a focus roll to get something on this person in order to do psychometry? Or does that not make much sense? Like, having my familiar essentially pickpocket something off of them so I understand maybe their route or their mentality.
Yeah, so I think Ribert could probably get like a hair off of somebody's. What's that?
Is there a way I can somehow assist?
Potentially.
Because I know how to reach into someone's mind and figure out those sort of important things that you're looking for.
I think a good first step would be getting a material link to a person, and then you could study them from there. So, yeah, maybe sending Ribert and doing like a prowl. Would that make sense as the first thing?
So. And then either they try to pickpocket something or like take something off of maybe their uniform or their keys, just something they would touch and kind of tap into them, but that way maybe?
Yeah. And then once you have that, it would be easy for Elise to do some additional magic to maybe fill in more ticks on that clock, if you wanted to allow them to have access to this undertaking. This.
Although I do have my own project in mind.
Yeah, I think that'd be great, because I figure we'll do the prison break together as a group, so it makes sense if we could research and assist and plan as a group.
Okay, so maybe this looks like you're all sitting in a room together and making big plans, and we see some drawn out maps that are like from Ribert's point of view of Yeah. So basically,
Hopefully,
the
River
more
didn't draw them himself.
With
the
his
more
star.
ticks you fill in on that, the more information I can give you.
Okay,
Yeah.
and you said that'll be at 10 o'clock, right? Because we're doing captain? Okay.
Yep.
So how do I do my initial prowl roll for that? Is that just
You
like
can
my prowl tick plus that
your prowl.
one
Yep.
you said, and then just F again?
Yep. And that'll tell you how many boxes to tick.
Mixed
2
results,
ticks.
2 ticks out of 4.
So that gives you 2 out of 10 already ticked. And yeah, you have, I would say that gives you a material link. Something small enough that Ribbert could carry it back to you.
Okay.
And you can pick that, you can pick what that is before the next person makes a roll to assist. All right, so is that 4 of your
That
downtimes?
I did a willpower, I did a recovery, and I did this one. So that's 3. So I think I
Okay.
might just do another one of these and do
Okay.
a psychometry on whatever item River
Ooh.
brought back. I'm gonna say maybe a button off the uniform, something small enough that
Okay.
he could take with him.
Yeah.
So just do another 2F for that.
Yep. Whatever you would roll for that action, yeah.
Actually,
Psychometry, I
because
think,
it's
uses focus.
psychometry, so it's essence. So I would take an essence for this, and then I wouldn't pick
And then you
an
get to
action.
choose,
Oh, I would
Yeah.
choose. Okay. Would
because
study
it's a
make
gather
sense?
information. Focus usually, but you could
Focus.
make an argument for study or any number of other actions.
You know what? I think focus actually makes more sense because I'm literally going off of a button. I can only study so much from my physical button. So I'll do
Yep.
exclamation mark 1F. We'll see how that goes. Bad result. Poor little effect. 1 tick out of 3.
Aw.
Yeah, so you just
The
tick
button
one more
wasn't very
box
good.
on that 10 clock. Yeah, maybe it's been in the hands of more people, or it just doesn't have anything terribly emotional tied to it. But you do get some information about what the people around this person look like, and so you'd be able to pick them out of a crowd.
Okay. You know what? It's a hand-me-down
into
uniform,
them.
and that's why we get a bad.
I like that. All right, Elise.
Well, first and foremost, I would like to start a long-term project.
Okay.
Is to whip these children into shape,
Okay.
turn them into force to be reckoned with. Starting with tap dance. I am insistent on it. I am.
Is it gonna be like a battle drum? The tip-tapping of a bunch of tiny feet.
They'll distract people for us. Imagine 13 kids come out in perfectly choreographed tap dance routines.
Right.
Are you going to be able to tear your eyes away from that? No. So, we're going to whip these children into shape, and they are going to learn to tap, or they're going to have their toes removed.
Oh my god.
I think we'll go for the former rather than the latter.
I think
I
Learning
because
to
they're
tap or losing your ability to walk normally.
So I shall stand there with the children, the cane in my hand, pounding out the beats, demanding that they stay in time and perfect their movements
Mm-hmm.
until we have a fully organized tap dance routine team.
Okay. I think because there are 13 of them, they're going to have 2 levels of scale on you, so that's going to increase the difficulty a little bit. So I'm thinking to teach them one routine, um,
That's fine.
because you have the benefit of your cloak or your fey dress. I'm gonna say that is a 8 clock.
Right.
We're also feeding them. Just saying.
We are, but that can't make them into savants, darling.
No, we can make them more apt to listen when they think their food might be in jeopardy.
But with how threatening I am, they'll learn quickly, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
First line meets whiplash.
So I would take that as a command.
Sounds good.
Like, and is that with an F?
Yep. That'll tell you how many ticks.
It's a 6. So it's
3
a full
ticks?
text or
Ooh.
3 ticks.
So you can mark 3 out of 10.
Perfect. Oh, 10.
Oh, you said 8.
Did I say 8? Sorry.
I like to imagine like Elise is teaching Jason the manners of the state and etiquette while also yelling at these kids.
Good etiquette to yell at children. And in fact, let's do it again. For a second.
Ooh. You gonna push them?
Oh, yes.
Oh my God.
We're going
This is
Snapping
like-
the measuring stick
children's
again.
feet
Again.
lead.
The tap dancing version of a death march.
It's like
Ooh.
those horrific ballet movies where
Yeah.
the poor ballerina's feet start to bleed.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing that. We're making the children
Aw.
until they cannot dance any longer.
Oh.
That's all right. If they get it right, we'll give them candy.
Medical supplies more than candy after this.
That's a mixed result for 2 ticks.
They're winding down. You are getting some bleeding, but yep, we'll
Well,
make progress.
I'll give them a rest for now,
Okay,
but we'll get back to it.
they
And
might
they-
have it
They
by.
at least deserve some fruit snacks now.
Yes, guys.
Some gushers from the yacht, it's fine.
They've learned enough for today, but they had best be practicing in their spare time, or there will be consequences.
So a little undercover boss.
Oh my God. Just me tap dancing? No, I'm much more of a Viennese waltz sort of girl. Now,
Right.
with that in mind, and 5 out of 8 of those ticked. Oh, am I supposed to have a clock that I can work with, by the by? Or do you
Yeah, you can write it down on your character sheet or.
Here, I'll write it down too. So tap dancing children. And what are we at out of 8?
5.
5.
And I'll give them a rest for now, but we'll get back to it next week. For now, I would like to do some Fey service.
Perform service, reduce
Fey.
Fey bargain.
Yes.
Oh, and also because of Arcana, you can automatically reduce.
But Arcana doesn't
5.
like us anymore, darling.
You can automatically
Right.
reduce 5. No, 4.
I destroyed a woman's mind last week, and
Oh yeah, you
I'm happy
can't.
about that.
Everybody else can reduce up to 3.
Oh, I'm keeping mine.
Seth, you want to take down some of yours?
Is it 3 across all of us or 3 like?
It's 3 between all of you, but Elise and Hollis aren't going to be able to use it. And Jason doesn't have any Fey bargain yet.
I'm tempted to do the same
take
path as
it.
Hollis and just see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm halfway up at this point.
Yeah.
Just remember that the other thing you can use for that is you can gain 1 die on an effort to locate something hidden.
Okay.
And you can do that up to 3 times an undertaking as well.
Okay.
Well, since everyone else is living by the seat of cats, I feel like I should do the same. I mean, goodness knows, don't want to be known as stayed. Then
You could
perhaps-
reduce Coven Fate.
I kind of liked that we're living on the edge there. I mean,
Then
I
I'll start.
want everyone to know that we're troublemakers.
Yeah. I'll start rolling for entanglements after this session.
I would like to dedicate a role to crafting. I would like to dedicate.
Nice.
I would like to roll some cigarettes.
Yay.
Some cigarettes, which will help increase my focus.
Okay.
Which seems like a logical thing for cigarettes to do.
Yeah. So making a charm.
Yes, in a sense.
Okay. Tobacco charm.
The tobacco charm. Yes.
All right. You just choose the effect, the general effect. It can usually be like a word or two, like promotes healing, or to increase willpower, or protection from X.
I think I just like to keep it focus. I feel like that makes
Okay. Yeah, increase focus.
Yeah,
That works.
I don't use
Alright.
focus very much, but it just feels like a sensible thing for a cigarette to do.
Comes the mind, you know.
Yes. But these don't work anyways because they're a failure.
Oh no, it still works. When you craft, you get it'll have one use, basically.
Well, I mean, I suppose that makes sense for a cigarette anyway.
Yeah, you just weren't able to roll more than one,
It's
or only one of
interesting.
them.
I'll be smoking a cigarette before I enter someone's body instead of afterwards, like most people do.
Jason's just like, you what?
So after that, I'm not certain. I don't have that much willpower expended. I'm half tempted to make these children's feet bleed more. I suppose it's difficult to choose. Any suggestions?
You get some
I'm
Grimoire
sorry.
XP is always good.
Mm-hmm.
I could get some more XP. Alright.
You could craft a second charm, or a different kind.
I think I shall indeed get more. You know what? Let's make these children suffer.
I thought you were just giving them a break.
Nothing else seems worthwhile beyond making these children into a tap dancing machine.
Yeah.
We'll have them on Broadway within the week. And think of how powerful we will be when we control the new Broadway sensation.
Please tell me they're not going to be doing cats.
No, I've told you, darling, it's anything goes. We have a cruise ship already.
Alright,
In the
right.
sailor
We put them in
uniforms.
sailing uniforms.
Those who control the tap dancing control the world.
It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever done. But yes, we're going to force these children to continue tap dancing.
Okay.
And if they succeed here, they shall receive a very large cake.
Cake.
Oh, man.
Yes,
Cake.
a cake. And if not, I'll beat them. It's a mixed result. So they get half of a cake and half of a beating.
Do they decide which one comes first?
No. Try.
I have good news and bad news. All right, so that's 7 out of 8 on your
Yes.
clock.
The most useless downtime I've ever had, but somehow I feel very satisfied.
No, it's the little things in life.
Like
Those
children.
little things are children.
All right, let's do Coven XP and then personal XP. And I think we'll have to invite Joshua back for next time so we can go on that undertaking to find out what BFC stands for.
I have an inkling, but it's not appropriate to say on the stream.
Baltimore fried chicken.
Could be.
And why would one want? Well, actually, hey, Baltimore fried chicken. Depends on what part of Baltimore.
No, I haven't been around Baltimore in a while.
Who wants to do Coven XP?
I did it last time. So
Aye.
this time.
I could do the covenants here. But I fear it's not going to be a happy occasion. Because to start off, we did not engage in a favored undertaking. Which would be locate an artifact or destroy. Unless you want to argue that you destroyed that troll.
We destroyed him, bro. Crippled him.
I'm pretty sure you walked away just fine.
Emotionally.
I think a bruised ego,
Emotionally.
but that's about it. He might be infected, or she might be infected where I bit her, but
Oh my
yeah.
God. What diseases do you carry?
I have no idea.
Rabies.
Maybe.
I would
Yeah.
certainly say, though, that the strange and brutal did come to play.
For sure.
Let's go. So, contend with challenges above our current station. Was that
Yep.
troll above our current station?
Yeah, absolutely. Also, brutal is the only reason you guys got aboard. So,
Well, that's perfect. So does that
The
count as
fact-
2?
that you were able to leverage.
All right. So we had a brutal occasion, which levels us up to level 8, well, not level 8, but to another cover upgrade.
Hey.
Do we do that before we continue with the experience, or do we just keep in mind that we have?
Let's go ahead and keep on giving experience, and then we can pick the upgrade. Excuse me.
Do we, or did we, express the drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of our cover?
I think we had some inner conflicts today when Elise said that she was going to be very upset if Seth ate that pearl.
I know, I said that out of character. I just acknowledge the fact that if Seth ate that pearl, Elise would be very angry.
We did gain new knowledge, though, with how to operate the
True.
bow.
Well, we brought in
And-
someone who knows what they're doing. I suppose that is gaining.
Gaining. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all he is, if anything else.
So that certainly does count. At the very least, we have a new captain.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Until I can do a full other long-term project to train the children to manage the boat. They will know how to tap dance, and they will know how to pilot the ship.
They're gonna slip and slide around in those tap shoes on that boat.
No. They'll know what they're doing.
You
They're
trust
going
him?
to be the best tap dancing sailors. But I was going to say
We'll do the
in
show.
New York, but I think almost every single musical that features tap dancing sailors focuses on New York, so they won't be the best.
It's like that one tap dancing thing is like Billy and it's like about coal miners. I don't say Billy Idol. What is it called? I don't remember. I haven't paid attention.
Coal mining tap dance.
It was like. Hold on, I'll find it.
But thankfully we won't subject the children to that. They'll just be sailors instead. And really, what child doesn't want to be a sailor? We're going to give them the ship and let them do whatever the bloody hell they want with it.
The musical was Billy Elliot. That's what I was thinking.
Ah, I've actually watched video. A bit more morbid than I usually use for taste.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
What upgrade do we want?
I do believe that's it, unless anyone can think of some reason why we should double up on anything.
I don't have any ideas.
So there is an unlisted option. It came from a game called Scum and Villainy, and it's called Ship Pet. So it's for, if you're on a starship and you want your ship to have, Ewoks running around on it or something. But you have to find them in the fiction as well. So you could do Coven kids.
Coven Kid.
I mean, we do have an upgrade, and honestly, I'm not sure what else we could take.
I mean, this would be we could keep them. Be fun.
Also, on that note, there seems to be on the sheet a blank space. I'm not certain what that was, unless that was the ship itself that we took.
Let me check.
I think it might have been the ship,
might
so I
have
think
been.
we were debating secondary homestead or
secondary
something.
Kevin said.
Yes, I must have put no rates. But yes, I would love to have these little Ewoks. Children.
Terrible.
As a full-fledged upgrade. Unless anyone has any objections. I'm not sure what else we would focus on right now.
I mean, it's definitely strange, so I'm down for it.
Yeah.
I can think of so many uses for an army of preteens. And they're humans too. Think of how many things that we ourselves cannot do that some well-trained children could.
Gather information.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I was going to say operate computers, but yes.
If you want to get your own server farm, I guess. I don't know.
So get them harvesting Bitcoin for us.
Oh my god.
Creating
Creative.
NFTs.
Oh no.
Selling them. I mean, we're already immoral at this point. I know it's a big leap from murder and slavery to NFTs, but I think we can do it.
Yeah.
I think we're twisted enough.
Every day, Jason's morals are more challenged.
This is about the point where it starts going beyond my morals.
Big coven pet children.
I mean, they're useful. Again, we could get a ritual or something else for our coven.
Cool.
If anyone has any ideas.
So teleportation, increasing the power of your grimoire and general powers, mind wipe, the rite of consecration to allow you to cleanse items and places. The Sabbat ritual, I don't know if you already have that one.
don't think
That
so.
allows you to. Hmm?
I
No,
think we
you
were
don't.
dreading the consequences of it.
The Sabbat ritual allows you to mark the passage of time and get a full heal on your willpower essence and wounds. And Seek Patron's Guidance allows you to get undertakings from your patron that give you more reputation. And Summoning Circle allows you to summon any named spirit entity to gather information from it. And then Telepathic Bond allows your characters to all join in a telepathic bond for one essence each per session.
Which I could mitigate if I were to invest heavily in my grimoire. But I don't know how to use it. Given that it would take, again, a full Coven upgrade plus a full grimoire power.
Mm-hmm. But having having access to it for, even 4 essence
Certainly
is still
useful.
could be, yeah. And then, of course, as far as Coven upgrades, there are all of the the Grimoire workshops, which could all give you extra Grimoire XP, give you a bonus to crafting, things like that. But they're specific to each Coven, or each Grimoire. Sorry, I had the Owl House on the brain. Was thinking Covens instead of Grimoires.
Happens to the best of us.
Arcane Library would be nice because then you could bring your Coven expert that you have, or not expert, but your your Coven contact to come and live at your Coven, so you have an easier time getting information from them.
Yeah, it could be a fool.
You could also hire. You could get a Coven expert of another grimoire, so like an empath or something, to come and join your Coven and make use of some of their powers as NPCs.
Could help us get a lot more willpower back during downtime actions.
That's a good point. That might be helpful, considering we've been pretty stacked up the last.
Yeah.
Well, some of us have. Some of us know how to ration ourselves.
Some
By
of us
not
know how
having
to
any
avoid
skills
the
worth
action.
talking about. I have other people
Avoiding-
that work for me, darling, and it works wonderfully.
Yep. Avoiding the action is definitely a very valid.
If I didn't avoid the action, who would be there to pop a champagne cork in a troll's head?
Mhm.
Or to enslave 13 children?
Mentally enslaved.
Yes.
One is not the
Important
same as
distinction.
the other.
I'm not sure which
Okay.
one's worse.
We can pick our upgrade anytime, really, but let's jump to personal XP. Let's start with Seth so that Seth gets 1,000,000 upgrades at once.
Alrighty.
Congratulations
So-
in advance.
All you need is 4 XP from this session, and you'll level up everything.
So, with address a tough challenge with many forms or familiar assistant, I used dire form to escape the troll, and I also used brine shrimp to escape. So that's 2 there, I think, unless anyone wants to object there.
No, I think that's fair.
I expressed my heritage as a Nereid by diving into the water and using my form to try to rush quickly to get Hollis's headpiece
Yeah.
back. Even if it did prove mostly unsuccessful. And as for trauma, casting style, and harm, I think it was just my reckless nature of just diving and trying to race a troll to get a headpiece. So I think I just get 4 this time. If that makes sense to everybody else.
Just get 4, and I think it's going to be much worse for me, darling. I can actually go ahead if anyone wants to jump ahead of me, because this will be very short and sweet. One might argue that I manipulated the children and thus utilized manipulation, but I most certainly did not utilize astral knowledge at any point. Unfortunately.
I think that counts as multiple since you spent 3 downtime actions
Yes.
manipulating the kids.
Alright, okay. So, multiple in that case, it is true. I did focus very much on abusing these children. Again, I'm giving them candy. Expressing my heritage, disposition, aspect, or beliefs, I assume, again, that being Median plays very strongly into the fact that these children are even willing to talk to me over a long period of time, given that they were raised by racists.
Yeah.
Or anti-witch people, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, I'm like, what do you call that?
Anti-witchites or whatever.
Yes, a very specific type of prejudice there. But they listen to me because they think I'm one of them, more or less.
Yeah, you've certainly never given away
And I won't.
that you're not.
And the aspect of the Empress certainly came into play when that troll came back and bowed to us. I kept that in mind. Because my Empress is being bowed to by a whole bunch of little pathetic things. Men, whatever you want to call them. So I would argue that's still there. But I didn't struggle with trauma, casting style, or harm because I didn't do anything that would necessitate this. Because I don't think popping a cork counts as any of that. So actually on those grounds, it's 4 as well. Smashing.
Josh, do you want to go ahead and do yours next, or you want to let Hollis go first? And
Hollis can go first. I will go
Okay.
last.
Okay. Let's see. Get onto my sheet. Okay. Let's see. Address a tough challenge with wisdom or underworld knowledge. I think with me fighting the troll, it was wise of me to try and play to my strength of being smaller and faster and go for the knees. And I did use some underworld ice in that fight as well. So I think that's 2 for that section. Let's see. Express your heritage, disposition, aspect, or beliefs. Again, with the fight, that's my heritage. My disposition is curious. I was very excited about the puppy. My aspect is the death card, so again, that kind of plays in. And my death card is, let's see, bones. And I did rearrange all of Roger's bones today. So I think that's 2 for that section.
I think so. You got a clean sweep this week.
Apparently you
But I don't think
rearranged
I
the
didn't
bones by
struggle with
accident.
I didn't struggle with trauma casting style or harm.
Do you have trauma yet?
No.
Wow. I'm
I moved
surprised
my
every
harm around a
episode.
little bit, but that wasn't really struggling with it.
Oh, I guess that's
I think
me
you're
now.
yeah, you're we can't hear
No,
you.
sorry, that the kids were coming in.
Oh, you were talking to the children.
Yeah, they forgot it was
Tell them
game
to
night.
tap dance. Okay, so I think that's 4 for me for today.
Alrighty.
Josh, do you know where to find those?
Yeah, I saw it on
Okay.
there. I was just surprised that the ice roll bot disappeared for the sound effect. I was like, oh, I thought it was someone for a second.
Tends to do
Yeah.
stuff if we don't use it long enough.
It doesn't feel loved, it goes away. Oh, advancement.
There you go.
It's back. We
He's
missed
back.
you. For each session, mark one attribute or grimoire attribute. So did I just a tough challenge? I would not say I did. However, I did express my heritage, disposition aspect, and beliefs a little bit. So I think that's like 1 XP. Actually, that's 2 XP since I did it multiple.
Yeah.
I did not struggle with anything. I, in fact, sat with Elise as everyone else struggled.
That's what I do,
Just-
darling. That's what us Medians do.
Hmm.
We let the weirdos handle everything.
So that's 2
XP.
XP.
Yeah. He's a growing boy.
You'll get there.
Hooker by crook.
So aside from Seth, did that give anybody any upgrades?
Tie.
Not yet.
I am 1 point away from an insight upgrade. What
Nice.
will end up using with that? I think.
All right,
Got it.
Seth, tell us about your upgrades.
I am now 2 checks into brawl, 3 checks into study, and 2 checks into focus. And
Wow.
I've
Wow.
added another XP into Grimoire XP because I'm going to try to build up into that lightning weaponry because that sounds really good.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it works really well with shapeshifting. Turn into exactly what you need to do to take somebody out in a swift attack.
My goodness, now you're the best study of her soul.
I gotta be good at studying if I'm going to copy people and copy things.
Yeah.
I'm just a fishy Xerox, that's all I am.
Kinkos.
It has become
Another
great
cup.
the operation.
Another coven upgrade to consider that I hadn't thought of is mastery. That allows you to open up that 4th dot in all of your actions.
Mm.
So
Ooh.
that 4th dot is inaccessible normally. But with coven upgrade mastery.
Yeah, that could be super good.
Yeah.
How many of us are at 3 dots for something? And Cephix.
Yep.
So it
So
might not
maybe
be
not
worth
that
doing
just yet.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe later.
Yes. Certainly not worth doing if half of the coven is not anywhere near you. But in the future, as others eat closer, I certainly wouldn't mind having 4 command.
Yeah. That would be very good.
Not that anyone really disobeys now.
Yeah.
Just wait until the Next arc.
So, where do we want to put our focus for the next session? We still need to gather more information for Zeph's long-term project, so we'll need to do something else in the meantime.
I
I
thought
want
we
to
were doing
kidnap
the
someone from
BFC.
Broadway to teach the children. We're going to kidnap
Okay.
the cast of Newsies and replace them with my kids. Then we will let her marry.
Okay.
And it's a fine life carrying the banner through it all.
Thought we were gonna go after the hunchback gimp suit man.
That's probably the sensible option, yes. Let us hunt down this hunchback.
We'll definitely need to give that NPC a name at some point.
Quasimodo.
But yeah,
I feel like that's a bit insensitive.
He's not gonna live long enough for us to give him a name, I assume.
I wonder
Yeah.
if the latex is fused into the skin. If we were to skin
One can
him and
hope.
tan the hide. That turn.
That'd just be PVC.
It would be a leather / latex combination.
Smell horrible.
Oh yes.
We could pull a tarot for a name for him, possibly.
Good idea. I'll grab one. I have the 9 of Cups. This is the card I pulled.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. There we go. Had to look at the right screen to make sure. Does that give you any ideas?
Nin cup.
Look at my chart. 9 of Cups.
Pernicus, I don't know.
He's
Yeah,
all kind of
Copernicus.
spin off of Chalice, or
I have.
Copernicus is pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's too cool to be wasted on the guy we're gonna murder.
We don't have to murder him. If we beat him enough, maybe he'll submit.
Yeah, I got Ursula and Eliza from the chart.
It's always my I don't think either there's a very good men's names.
I don't think it's been entirely clear necessarily their gender, but I think we have kind of assumed.
Well, I assumed because the other one was quite clearly made out to be a nun, wasn't it? Like a feminine.
That's true. Yeah, if they were a nun, they probably would have been wearing the right uniform, and they were not.
we could do something like Ursai.
Ooh,
Like Ursula.
Ooh, I
maybe.
like that. Yeah, because Ursa is bear.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Again, we don't have to kill him. We will just. I mean, he's probably a broken man anyhow. If Hunchback of Notre Dame taught us anything, is that he's probably being misled by some creepy, sexual deviant priest. And that if we just show him a bit of compassion.
I think we're past
know, he
that
seemed
point.
like
We
a
melted
true
his
believer,
uniform into
so.
him.
Affect him burning.
I guess nobody is beyond being reprogrammed, though, so.
Exactly.
I've learned that much so far.
And if I can't reprogram them, we just reach into their mind, scramble it until I can. And then can we? We've established how it works. And
Yeah, we're going to need to start a long-term project to take over a candy factory or something.
Oh no.
So there's enough candy to go around as bribes.
Like sugar-free hard candy.
I wonder if one was to take a fake, crush it up and dilute it with some sugar, harden it into hard candies. Now, I imagine that makes some subjects very fine.
Well, I'm going to let everybody know about what's going on in the world of Balsamic Moon games and with Children of Midnight and the additional streams that might be running soon. And then we can all say our goodbyes and let people know where we can find us
My least
on
favorite
the internet. So we have a second game starting up on this channel that will run on Thursday nights. And more information will be coming out about that soon. This Thursday, the GM will be working with his players to do a session 0, and then we'll know a lot more about the nature of that coven and where that's going. Anya and I will be playing a hacked in the dark Children of Midnight game where we are playing as Argent Storm Coven, and that's going to be this Thursday, so 2 days from now, and that's going to be on twitch.tv/hacked in the dark. They do Blades in the Dark hack based TTRPGs, and they work with a lot of hack creators. And Children of Midnight is kind of a hack, kind of a standalone game. So, yeah, anyway, they invited us on, and we're really excited about that. It's going to be a kind of different side of things, although this Night Sky Sanctum has turned out to be very brutal. So I think there will definitely be some similarities. Argent Storm is rabidly environmentalist in nature, so they tend to attack big corporations and tech bros and just try to stop those people from leaving bad marks on the planet.
my type of people.
Yeah. So I'm playing a character that's an Asterian, so looks like a Minotaur, that's based off of a Highland cow named Ezra McGregor, and has a skunk familiar. And Anya, what are you playing?
Cheese.
Yeah, mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm playing a Storm Grimoire. Her name is Petra. And she's basically my version of an Earthbender.
Yeah, that's going to be super fun. I'm really excited. We are going to be a very...
look forward to tuning in.
Thank you. We're going to be an extremely destructive duo. Mac is a arcanist, and so he's got power word destroy. So he's going to be rushing things horns first, and then power word destroy if he can't get through it with his horns.
So what you're saying is that he's a bit bullheaded.
Definitely. So
Also, the
Friend
first
from
time Gavin
Astro.
has played a character in a game in like three or more
Yeah.
years.
Yep. I think the last game I played a character in was 10
Mine.
Candles. Well, yeah. Any long-term game was definitely one of Anya's werewolf games. But I think I got to play a character in a 10 Candles game too. Once.
Once. Ever
Yeah.
again.
We're also going to have a stream special early December where we're going to play 10 Candles, and everyone here is also invited. So, yeah, definitely a forever DM. 10 Candles is a cool horror game. So it's real fun. Everybody dies in the end, so it's super
Spoilers.
super interesting, and a lot
It's
of
the
our real
point.
life friends. Yeah, the whole point is for everyone to die, but to tell an interesting story at the same time. So it's a fun game to play in person, but we're gonna make it pretty. We're gonna try to make it awesome to play online too. So anyway, do you all want to start? We can. Lilith, do you want to start? Let everybody know where they can find you and what kind of projects you're working on.
Yeah, I'll start because I don't have too much going on. You can find me at Megs Benedict on Instagram. I don't do too much there because I do the editing and graphic work and photography for the Cytheria or Morningstar. So you can find most of my content there.
And we thank you profoundly for the things you do.
I couldn't do it without you, God. And I suppose that's
Morningstar.
transition into what I do, which is
Yeah.
just look beautiful for your pleasure. And the most fabulous is that I decided we have something very special coming up, and it might take a little while due to some unforeseen circumstances, but I would wholeheartedly recommend following me at _Cytherian on Instagram and Twitter, and the Cytherian without an underscore on Facebook, in order to witness those, because they will be just
Nice.
All right. Hollis, you want to, or Anya, you want to go next?
Putting characters as Hollis and the next is
Mhm.
um yeah, I guess Instagram is probably the best place to follow me. My handle is probably written right underneath my name. And yeah, I post pictures and crafty things that I do, and yeah.
All right. And the best for last, Josh.
you. You can follow me on my Twitter handle. It's also under here. Sucks for any people listening into the podcast. Version which is never going to come out one day. Um, yeah, I mostly just retweet memes, follow wrestling stuff, I do voice acting. That is literally most of my life. If anyone else wants to intervene with it, it's fine.
Cool. Yep, and you're also a GM. So
That I am. I have not running a
working on those
stream
skills.
yet. Yeah, still working on those. Still skills. Still honing the craft, as it were.
Yeah. Well, we're excited for having you back, hopefully next week, and seeing all the things you do in the future.
Yes, no.
yes.
All
It would have
right.
been magical.
All
Which is something I need to do on occasion as well.
right. Well, it was so awesome having all of you in chat this week, and we really look forward to seeing you again next week. Have a great night.
Parting is such sweet sorrow.
Always be tomorrow.
Good night. All right.